Hi guys, Fox here, FXRC, and I'm here with my V1 Infraction. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's a V1, that's what they're calling it, seeing as how they just came out with the V2, or the version 2. And I guess out of all my Arrma vehicles, this is probably one that I've done the least amount to, in the sense I mean, obviously, you gotta change out the stock electronics in this, or I mean, in the V1 comes with the BLX 185, I think it is, system, which is, it's a really good system, but not so much in this truck. It doesn't, especially I think more so the ESC than the motor. It just doesn't do well. It heats up and it just a lot of issues. So you're definitely going to have to change that out probably pretty quick. I don't know how the new stock version of the Infraction, because they changed it all over the Spectrum, and I'm sure it's probably better than the Arrma BLX system. So anyway, this is kind of what I did in the route that I went, and I guess the main reason I'm even really doing the video, I mean, the truck is obviously awesome. It's a really cool truck. Has one really good flaw, I guess, but besides that, I mean, it's a solid truck, on-road vehicle. And because it's an on-road vehicle, there's really not a lot you need to do to like really beef it up, because you're not taking big air and stuff, and I'm not really planning on crashing it. And even if you did crash it, I really don't think putting a lot of aluminum parts in is really going to help you at those speeds. I imagine it would just bend and twist, and so you're probably just better off leaving a lot of the stuff composite anyway. So anyway, pretty nice looking truck, as you can see. I do have the I think, what are these, the GPR, and these are for speed runs and stuff like that. I don't think the D boots are amazing. Actually, they don't last long, but they're really good tires. I don't know for speed runs though. I think they're just kind of good for like drifting around and smoking your tires and stuff. But they definitely don't last long. But I do have these on. I didn't build this truck to do speed runs, and actually this is my very first on-road vehicle, like strictly on-road vehicle. And I don't know, I guess it came out okay. Well, like I said, I really haven't done that much, so obviously I do have this aluminum rear wing there by Stupid RC. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Stupid RC. Looks pretty nice, but not practical for speed runs, because it does have, and you kind of want more of a flat, I think. I'm not a speed run guy. I don't really know, but I mean, I was able to actually achieve some pretty good speeds with just even the system that I put into it, and I'm gonna show you that right now. But I guess the main reason why I even wanted to do this video was because of that. Look at that. The Castle XLX2. Amazing. And then also the Castle 2028. It's a full 2028. I think like 113 millimeter motor, 1100 kV. Crazy. So I mean, that's insane. Typically, and I'm pretty sure even with the Hobby Wing 1100 kV, and I want to say the previous Castle 1100 kV was a smaller motor, and this one is a full. This is the same size as the 800 kV motor, so that's pretty insane. And I would love to actually, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure the route I'm going to go to put into this truck. You know, I guess I'll show you what I got in here now. Is my go-to, the Hobby Wing Max 6 and the Hobby Wing 1650 kV. And now this, because the ESC is 8S capable, but supposedly this is only 6S capable. Although I have heard of people putting 8S to this motor and it being fine, I have not, so I don't know. I've only done it on 6S, and it's actually pretty quick in this truck, and you know, and you can rip around for a little while before it heats up and stuff. And I did get a fan. I think I had a lot of trouble with the whole 49 millimeter motor, finding an actual heatsink fan mount to actually fit onto this. So I just had to kind of get a fan over it, because you do want to try to keep your temps down. But anyway, what else did I do besides the, you know, I do have the aluminum hot racing bracing in there just to get rid of those composite bracing. You know, you definitely want to try to stiffen that up a little bit, and that's something I always do to all of the Arrmas, is always change these out to aluminum. It's just a good idea. But I also have these side skirts from the Stupid RC aluminum, as well as this front splitter, which is also now aluminum, and gets rid of, not only gets rid of that plastic splitter that it comes with, but it has these the plastic one has those like button screws on it, whereas this gets nice flush mount screws in there, so those screws aren't sticking down and then, you know, rubbing on the pavement and stuff. Which also brings me to, I do have these skid plates, as you can see. Well, I'm pretty sure those are Stupid RC too. I don't know if, I mean, maybe it's supposed to just kind of help save the bottom of the chassis from getting skidded up and stuff. I don't know. I mean, you can see it's definitely got some skids on it. So maybe it's working. Or, I don't know, it might be hurting the airflow. I'm not sure, really. Like I said, I'm not a speed run guy. I did get rid of the center diff, and I do have a limitless spool in there. As you can see, there is the limitless spool. Beautiful. And then something I absolutely do to all my Arrmas is I do put the aluminum axle carriers and steering blocks in the front, and hub carriers in the rear is all aluminum hot racing. So that is something I definitely always do. I just don't care for the composite. It's more so in the front than the rear. The rears really aren't that much of a big deal, but I just do it anyway. So I know with the speed run, or the, you know, the on-road cars, you kind of want to try to keep the weight down, I guess, but oh well, I don't know. It looks nice and it's cool. You know, I didn't do the front and rear diff housings, the bulkheads or whatever in this. This is actually the only Arrma I haven't done those in. Like I said, I don't see how the benefit would be just adding the extra weight, I guess, opposed to the composite, because you're not really jumping this, and you're not, you know, there's not a lot of you know, stress onto those components. So I just don't think it's necessary, really. As well as, you know, all the bracing here is still, I left it all composite. I do actually have hot racing hinge pin bracing that I was actually planning on doing in this, but once again, I just don't know if it's not really necessary in this. I think these composite ones would be just fine on road, but, or at least until you got into a little accident. But so the number one flaw, I would say, in the V1 Infraction is this rear dog bone. It oscillates so bad that it vibrates, and it actually vibrates so much that it rubbed up against this rear chassis brace, and it will start digging into it. There's you know, a few solutions. The one is you can get like the 8mm dog bones, which are very expensive, and they are very hard to. They're always out of stock, and you can never really seem to get them. So I have tried a few different ones. I mean, I guess because at first I was just gonna get the 8mm ones, but I couldn't get them. They were just always on back order. So I did try like some RC all-wheel drive ones, and I think they were like 6mm. I don't know. They were definitely thicker than the stock ones, and these things were garbage. They oscillated worse than the stock ones. So RC all-wheel drive, don't waste your time. They're garbage. And you think it would be, I don't know, good. So anyway, these ones I have in it now are GPM. I'm not sure how they work. I have yet to actually try them out. But I also have this from, I want to say it's Flowpack makes these, and it's just, and then you can use this smaller dog bone here, and that should eliminate it. This is heavy, so you're going to be spinning a little extra weight, but I don't know if this is really that much heavier than having an 8mm dog bone either. So I did contact Arrma because you know, I think I got this truck maybe not even a year ago, and since they did come out with the V2, they did something to solve that, and they have like this bracing with a couple of bearings that support the middle of the dog bone. So I contacted them, and I don't think the guy seemed to know what he was talking about, because he said that the new dog bone was a thicker dog bone and it didn't have that problem, and that he was going to send me out one of the newer ones, and then he sent me out this dog bone, which is the same thing that came in it. So it was no different. I don't expect it to work any differently, so I didn't bother trying to put it in. I'm going to try these GPM ones, see if they work. If they don't, then I'm going to go ahead and throw on the Flowpack spool here, because that's kind of what it is, just a spool that's extended. And then you just put your own spur gear on there, spool gear. So anyway, my plans are, because I just kind of put this system in it because it was kind of, I mean, it was something I had. It's something I put in a lot of my Arrmas, and more just out of curiosity. I wanted to see how well it would do with, you know, and I was surprised. It did pretty well. But there's definitely can do better. You know, I mean, it did pretty well, but you're not going to break any records with this setup, for sure. I just don't see it happening. But, which brings me to this. So initially, I was actually going to go with this. I was going to go with the 8S Castle ESC. The Mamba Monster 8S, beautiful, beautiful ESC, and I was gonna put it with this guy right here, this Poseidon 1800 kV 8S motor. Beautiful. You know, I mean, I've kind of done some research on, and I don't know, I think TP motors are probably better, but I mean, I don't really know. I'm not a speedrun guy. But the main reason is because it's an 1800 kV motor that's 8S capable, that'll fit just barely right here, so I don't have to flip this around, which, because you can flip this around obviously, and I can put the motor over here. This I won't have to. I can keep the motor right up front here, is kind of what I wanted to do. And then with this ESC, with the 8S ESC, will fit perfectly right where that Max 6 is, because that Max 6 actually fits absolutely perfectly in there. It's like it was meant to be in there. It's like a glove. So this will also fit very nicely right in there. So that was my initial plan. Now, and then just recently, this beautiful ESC just came out. So, and I just want to take a second to talk about how amazing these Castle ESCs are. This was their first one. This is the, you know, the 10 scale ESC. This is like my #1 crawler ESC, but that's not where its capability lies. You can literally, I mean, it's 6S capable. This tiny little ESC is capable of doing 6S. It's, I mean, pretty much solid aluminum. I mean, or all aluminum, and it's censored. It's just an amazing little ESC. It's I'm not very good. I don't know much of the technical stuff and the technical jargon and all that stuff. That's not me. But I do know it's got a stronger BEC than the Hobby Wings, and typically it runs a lot cooler. It's a really good ESC. Like I said, this is my go-to crawler ESC, but you could put this in pretty much any 10 scale and it would just be perfect. So then they came out with this ESC, also like a fully waterproof, all of them. But anyway, then they came out with this beautiful 8S ESC. And this would have been, I guess, the competitor to the Max 6. It's this, you know, it's a 6 scale ESC, I think is what they're calling it. And what, so 3 to 8S capable, something like that maybe. Like I said, technical jargon I'm not really good at, but and all, you know, pretty much all aluminum, just a beautiful solid ESC. I have one of these in my X-Max, and I just started running them in some of my Arrmas, because I've always just kind of used the Max 6 was my go-to, I guess, ESC for my 8 scale Arrmas. But since I've been trying this, it's definitely a better ESC than the Max 6. It stays cooler better. You know, and then it's censored, obviously. That makes it better. And then it's got the stronger BEC. You know, so it's just a better ESC. It's not better built. Everything except for the fan. When you're bashing, these fans don't hold up, but that is a super easy fix. You just, you know, and that's really no big deal. But besides that, I mean, this thing is, they're damn near indestructible. You would have to put effort into really trying to hurt these ESCs, because they are just so well built. But then they came out and really, they just blew it out of the water with this ESC. And this is a true 5th scale ESC, and it is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's definitely big. You know, and I guess this would be now the competitor to the Max 5, except for the fact that this is now this is censored and the Max 5 is not. This is it's just beautiful. And if it's anything like this, which I'm sure it is, probably better, then it's just gonna absolutely be so much better than the Max 5. So just an amazing. They really, the quality of this, you can just tell, it's just absolutely stunning. So now this has come out. I'm trying to kind of put it in in here, and so obviously it's not going to fit there. So you're gonna have, so I'm gonna have to kind of do some finagling. I don't know if I'm gonna stick to my same plan or what. This thing has so many applications, because I mean, as soon as I see it, I was like, man, that would be amazing in the crate in 8S. That would be just killer in the X-Max. And then it would just be a dominator in the speedrunning, you know, field. So I can't, there's just so many applications for this that is just amazing, absolutely amazing. They really did such an amazing job. And then to top it off, they got this huge 2028 1100 kV motor. It's crazy. So I don't know, because like I said, I mean, I have this 1650 kV, but it's only 6S capable with the Max 6. So I thought maybe like a whole stage 2 kind of setup would be maybe the Castle 8S with the, or what are they, Mamba Monster 8S with the Poseidon 1800 kV. I wish this was censored, because then I would really put it over the top. But 1800 kV motor on 8S, and it's a pretty small motor too. I mean, as far as motors, I guess, go, it's pretty small. With the weight up front and the batteries, I think, you know, that would be a good, this would be a good match. And then maybe stage 3, I could try this with, I don't know if I want to put that into this, because I might just get a TP motor and a higher kV and just see what we can do with that. But I don't know. Options, I guess. I got options. But like I said, initially, because I mean, I've had this now for a while and I just haven't bothered doing anything with it, and my plans were to go with this as the next, you know, thing to go into her. I'll probably throw a little cat pack, a little kill mode cat pack, and I think that'd be a good stage 2. And then stage 3, I can go with the XLX2, and I'm not sure if I want to do this, or I'm probably just gonna end up getting a TP motor with a higher kV. And then maybe actually spinning it around. Maybe I'll just get a whole 4070 and spin it around, and, you know, put the ESC over here. But I think, I don't know, options. But anyway, it's definitely an amazing truck. I'm also gonna look into getting that bearing system that stops this from oscillating, and see if it can actually be configured to the V1, because it also there is also a handbrake, and that would be kind of interesting to know if that will also can be integrated into the V1 Infraction, because that would be pretty cool to have on here too, have a little handbrake on there. So I'm gonna look into that too. But I mean, I don't know. Let me know if you think which way I should go. You know, should I do like a V2, you know, because this is like stage 1, do like a stage 2 and then a stage 3, or you know, maybe I do this as stage 2 and then take this out, and then maybe try to put this in and see if how much better it does with that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But I mean, all in all, it's a pretty impressive truck, just the way it is. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Fox FXRC. Definitely consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. Maybe sharing the video and checking out some of my other videos. I have all kinds of really cool build videos with lots of awesome RCs with a lot of awesome upgrades. So definitely check them out. So thank you so much. Bye.